Previously on Quest Friends Forever.
My name is Nicholas Mage. We're gonna steal the Constance Declaration of Independence.
I'm looking for a diamond.
In my possession, I have 5 diamonds that meet the criteria you are looking for. I won't be traveling with you, but I won't be far behind. When you acquire the Declaration, go ahead and contact me. Sitting directly in the center of the room, you are looking at the Declaration of Independence.
Put in the fake, let's grab it, let's drop the dome, and let's get the fuck out of this party.
Because there is liquid on the ground of this room that's not usually on the ground of, as you shut the door, you hear him say, "Ah, crotch!"
I'm very worried. There are so many eyes out here. I'm very, very, very worried.
At this same time, back in the mansion, you hear kind of a commotion kick up. Hey, nobody's going anywhere, all right? Lock the doors. Hey, hang on a second. The ogre is realizing that you just tried to cast a spell on it, and he's like, something's going on here. I'm going to need you guys to hang on. A glass bottle suddenly comes flying into frame and hits the ogre on the head, knocking him unconscious instantly. And you see the Minotaur bartender, "Never let the party die." The carriage escapes Balthazar's mansion, and you have stolen the Declaration of Independence. You are speeding away from Balthazar's mansion. The horse corps, led by Horace, is pulling your carriage through the paved streets of Castor. You, with the Declaration in hand, are trying to make it back to Mr. Mage. And as you turn around and kind of look back toward the party, you notice that the ogre that was knocked out by the bartender has started to climb to his feet. And there's a crowd forming near the entrance of the mansion up on the hill that you're speeding away from, and it looks like some people may be getting into carts to chase after you. You have a good couple 100 yards lead on them, but this is not going to be necessarily a clean getaway. So you know that Nicholas Mage is somewhere nearby. He said he would be not traveling with you, but traveling kind of around you. How would you like to try to get a hold of the wonderful mage known as Nicholas?
Okay, I'm just going to be reckless and immediately just try to use the Ring of Useful Objects and see what I find.
Okay. So you're going to roll a d20 to see what happens when you activate the Ring of Useful Objects. Okay. What's going to come out of your mouth, quite literally?
I rolled 11, so I get 1 D6 pieces of chalk.
Okay. How many pieces of chalk?
Because here's my thing. Here was what I wanted to do. I wanted to roll a 6 so I can get the fucking copper wire, and then I could cast something onto the copper wire, and it would shoot it like electricity into the sky because it's conductive.
You know what?
Like boom, boom, boom.
You know what? Roll with advantage because you are quick thinking. You were the first one to talk, and I like that, and that you were just ready to go.
He
so
gets
why don't
to
you
roll
roll with advantage and try again?
When he realizes he's going to get chalk, Val tugs on his shirt to get his attention, and then because I have a piece of chalk.
You actually got it?
I literally just rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So I gave him a piece of chalk, so he doesn't need the chalk, so he got to reroll.
Fucking crazy.
Okay, so
I swear to God, that wasn't me doing it for that's not me doing it for the sake of the pod or the bit.
It's meant to be at this point.
I literally just rolled a 6.
Meant to fucking be. So as the cart is speeding away, you activate the Ring of Useful Objects, Jared, and you concentrate and try to focus on what you want. And you remember that last time you used this, it did not go very well, and you gagged and sputtered and choked everywhere. But this time, as the ring activates, you feel a tickle in the back of your throat, and you reach into your mouth, and the ring from your mouth has produced 3 feet of copper wire, which is not going to feel super great coming out of the old gullet, but like a magician pulling scarves out, it just keeps on coming. Yeah. And you now have 3 feet of copper wire that is a little bit saliva-y.
Okay, and copper wire is malleable, but dense, right?
Yeah.
I can bend it into a shape.
I'm absolutely an engineer. Don't check, so I'll say yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
so
you can.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to just start bending it in a bunch of different directions.
Okay.
You're going to end up with the poodle.
And by that, yeah, I'm going to do
like a balloon animal.
Yes, a balloon animal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start forming it into different letters, like one of those straws that has the letters.
A crazy straw, sure.
Yes. So, you know the ones. You know the kind.
We all know. We all have them.
As we're going, I'm doing it, and then eventually I form it until it says, "We did it."
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the base of this with my leather pouch One of my keepsakes is like a leather pouch, so it's like gloves, and I'm gonna hold the copper at the base, and then I'm gonna cast a chromatic orb of lightning at the bottom of this. Okay, so here's how to visualize this. It's like a brand iron.
Sure.
Like, you know how you like burn cattle's butts? Mm-hmm. It's like that, but it says "we did it," and I'm holding the bottom of it. And so if I shoot the lightning into the copper, it's conductive. It's going to, like a firework, shoot the phrase "we did it" into the sky, and someone's gonna see it.
I love it. I simply love it so much.
Okay.
So you're making an attack. So you do not need to roll very high because you're just doing this in your lap. All we're rolling to see is if you crit miss. And if you crit miss, something bad might happen. But that's all you have to roll for.
I got a 9.
Okay, you're safe. That's just always got to roll to see if we crit fail. So, Jared, as you are in the back of this cart, kind of bouncing around, or carriage, excuse me, kind of bouncing around, as you speed down the hill, without really a direction yet, you just know you're trying to get away. Who's driving, by the way?
The horses.
Yeah, the horse are our chauffeur. They know where we're going.
They know where to go.
The horse corps are well trained. They are members of this team.
Okay, they know to just get the hell out of there. Okay,
If
sure.
anything, they should also be in the initiative order. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, they haven't been in a fight yet.
Yet.
They are armored sometimes.
Can we add like cool like transporter getaway music?
Oh yeah.
Can you add the soundtrack to Transporter?
Transporter 2? Yeah.
Yeah, like just that like chunky like acid rock, or like chunky like house rock. Or it's like
Could you just have some
The Rocket
random
Power
lines
theme
from
song.
Jason Statham, like as we're fighting or as we're on the way?
Yeah. The horses are actually voiced by Jason Statham, which is weird. Oi, bruv.
Yeah. It's me, Jason. I mean, horse.
It's me, Jason Statham. Whip me harder and I'll go faster. Fast
I
and furious.
quite like that.
Your neighbors
So-
are hearing all of this, Danny.
Yeah, it's
and
so
it brings me great joy.
Yeah, and I said whip me harder. So the horses are apparently going their own way, I guess. So Jared,
Stephanie can be helping out up there.
do you realize that no one's driving and you kind of reach out and grab the reins?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Okay.
Ellie doing this whole time?
She's reaching out and also grabbing the reins with Stephanie. As Stephanie does, Ellie does. So Jared, do you like lean out the window and fire this off?
Oh, actually, in our cart, is there stuff around so nobody gets residual electric?
Yeah, I mean, you probably want Val to stand back because Val is, metal.
Yeah. Somebody cover
my
Val
goodness.
right now. Get Val a towel.
Oh my goodness.
Ellie just does like a Secret Service trying to protect the president, just like big bear hug on top of Val.
It's a good
She
thing.
goes,
You,
okay.
it's a good thing you asked where's Val, because Val was 1 foot right behind you, mimicking your exact moves. with one
Okay,
arm in the air,
good.
kinda- Yeah. So
Get them out of
Oof.
Somebody get them out of here.
Oof.
Yeah, Ellie does like a Secret Service dive and covers Val. So you fire your chromatic orb at this thing from the bottom, this crazy straw, and it's not perfect. It's not like beautiful calligraphy, penmanship, but the point gets across. The words, the kind of jaggedy words, "we did it," appear in the sky for a second before flittering out of existence. And
Oh my
Yes.
God. I just realized that I still have Skywrite. But I like this better.
Eric's face.
You literally have Skywrite?
Yeah, remember I did it in
Yeah, you did.
But again, I don't have my spells because my
Russia
sight's
got hacked.
down.
I'm
Thanks, Russia.
obsessed. Well, I'm happy to know that either way we would have done this exact
Yeah.
thing.
You're too distracted grabbing the horses and making sure we stay on track.
I just did a DIY fucking mashup version.
That's really cute.
You put it together. It was great. It was engineered. So as you fire this message up into the sky and you're feeling kind of like, okay, cool, we did it, you notice that there is two powerful and sleek and muscular black horses suddenly trailing behind you, being ridden by men who are undoubtedly guards based on their uniforms. And they are gaining on you because these horses are fucking turbo-ass horses. They have hit the nos, and these guards are coming down hard, trying to catch up to your cart. So let's see. Jared is doing his thing. Stephanie is driving. So Val, you will have the first chance to try to do something.
Val
if-
holds out their arm and launches a torpedo from
where?
from the chassis.
Uh-huh.
I've had that the whole time.
Okay. It's weird that we haven't noticed it, and it's also not on your character
Sorry, did I
sheet
say
or in the
torpedo?
game.
I meant grappling hook.
Do you have a grappling hook?
No.
The person who should know is you. So don't say I don't know.
Is there anything in the cart with us? Isn't there gold lining all around the whole thing?
Why would there just be gold laying around?
On the cart because we had to look fancy to get into the party. In the
Yeah,
first place.
you made your cart look kind of fancy. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like gold coins.
Well, but it's chunks of metal, I assume.
Sure.
So Val starts taking off the chunks of metal off the cart mid-motion and starts chucking the stuff at the horses behind us.
Like a frisbee, like a whoosh.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure
Why don't
thing.
you roll a d20 then?
13.
So the first horse of these two fucking nitrous ass horses, you throw this metal siding at his rider like a frisbee, and he tries to move out of the way, but it clangs him on the shoulder and throws off his momentum, and he kind of falls off to the side and hangs on for dear life on the side of this horse, and it throws off the horse's momentum, and the horse has to slow down to avoid tumbling. And so now there's only one of these riders following, but I gotta say, they are gaining. So, Stephanie, you turn around when you hear the clang of the metal siding hitting this gentleman, and you can try something if you would like.
Okay. I'm going to turn behind me. And how far away are they?
He is gaining pretty fast, coming downhill. He is within 30 feet at this point.
Okay. I'm going to cast Erupting Earth directly, like a foot in front of where they are now.
Jesus.
So, like,
okay.
Erupting Earth does, you choose a point you can see on the ground within range. A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on the point. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, the man got a 7, and the horse got a 15. So you turn around, and do you do like a finger gun? Or you just like snap your finger? Like how does it? Or do you just like panic? Like ugh. How's it look?
I turn around and I probably finger gun it. I'm probably trying to be as precise as possible.
I mean, you probably are inspired to look cool based on the fucking bartender that saved you last time, who had some cool words of encouragement for you. So, keeping with the spirit of being cool, you finger gun this erupting earth spell onto the ground right in front of this horse, and the horse. Animals kind of have that sense that something's about to happen. So the horse kind of starts skidding to a halt as the earth erupts in front of it, sending the guard riding it flying hilariously forward as the horse skids safely to a stop, because we love horses here. The horse is totally fine. But the man goes flying and crashes into this new pile of erupted earth and is no longer able to follow. And because the earth is now kind of all mushed up and messed up right there, the next few carts and horses that approach from down the hill have to stop and slow down, and you are now pulling away with a considerable lead on the guards.
Both of them took 23 points of damage.
The horse did not. The horse is perfect and fine and safe. We love horses on this podcast.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
The man is quite hurt.
Can I retcon one small thing?
Mm-hmm.
When the guy flies off the horse, we hear a Wilhelm scream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
that's our one Wilhelm for
that's the one. That's the perfect moment where we had the one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll add it in right here. Okay. So now you are around the city limits of Castor. You're getting the hell out of town, kind of looking around, wondering if this "we did it" message worked or what's going to happen as you kind of speed back away from the city. And just as you are wondering that, about 30, 40 yards ahead of you, you see this like swirl in the air, like start spinning like clockwise or counterclockwise. Use your imagination. It's a swirl of air starts spinning, and the space that it is occupying begins to alter and change until it becomes a bit of a sort of like rift. One might say a portal even. And as you get closer, you can see that it is a portal back into the luxurious library room that you know belongs to Nicholas Mage, where you first met him and made all these plans together. And through the portal, you see Nicholas like motioning with his arms, like "Come on, hurry up, go!" And just kind of is egging you on to just drive right into this portal.
We're going. You know what? I've seen this portal before. We probably have the key still, so we're either fine or we're not, but we're going.
Okay.
What if like I like jump to the front and one of the horse's sides I like pull the reins on so they slow down to drift the cart? And it's like and then we just start I don't know we should do that.
Jared, no surname. Jared, no last name. Sir, why don't you roll a d20 for drifting?
Yeah, actually, fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, you do have the thought of you're about to drive this speeding cart pulled by 4 beautiful, massive, majestic horses into like basically a study where it's enclosed with 4 walls.
We're gonna have to stop.
I mean, potentially. He said he would be
if
close
somebody has the
by.
power to open up a rift in space and time to create a portal to transport somebody from one place to another, they probably can figure out brakes.
I mean, he's pretty busy with the portal, so.
I did roll a 7.
Incredible. So, Jared, you try to drift the horses, sensing that you need to come to a quicker stop than perhaps expected. You don't quite get a hand on the ball, so to speak, or I guess hand on the reins the way you wanted to. And the horse...
I heard that before.
Hey, am I right, fellas? All right, settle down. Settle down, everybody.
Okay.
You attempt to drift this horse. The horse doesn't really get what you're trying to do, though, and kind of looks back at you like, huh? And you, the 4 of you and the 4 horses, simply just power through the portal into Nicholas's study, pulling back on the reins, obviously, as best you can, but there is no cool drift. And the horses, of course, don't understand what this is, and crash into the study. You run through a wooden table that just explodes. You crash into the chalkboard that was there when you made your heist plans. You knock over Nicholas's big wooden desk and come to a messy, sloppy stop right before you crash into the far wall. And now find yourselves and this whole cart and these 4 horses in a very messy-looking study.
Before anybody does anything else, and we just made a hot mess of this room, can I do a lightning-fast investigation to see if there's anything that I could just grab?
From the study?
Maybe something got splintered out from the desk that was in a private drawer that he didn't want Val to
So your
feel.
first gut reaction, your first knee-jerk
Is
reaction
to thievery,
crashing
to steal
a
something
cart
from
of
this man.
4 horses into someone's bedroom, essentially, is what can I steal?
Yeah.
Okay, then roll for it.
16.
You stole our hearts.
You stole my valuable time. So in the wreckage from the desk that got tipped over, one of the drawers tipped open, and there is a mystery potion.
Yay!
There's a thin vial of blue liquid that is not labeled that you just reach out and grab. And you don't even look around to see if Nicholas is there. You just grab it, apparently?
Yeah.
Okay. As the literal dust settles in this now destroyed study, the wheels of the carriage still kind of spinning as it almost is tipping over, you turn back and see that the portal has closed, and Nicholas has also come through it from his hiding spot where he was. And he looks kind of wild. Got a wild look in his eye that his place just got destroyed. I mean, he already kind of always looks kind of wild because he's Nicholas Mage. And he looks at the 4 of you and goes, "Did we do it? Is it here? Let me see it. I don't even care. Let me see it. Where is it? Who has it? Give it to me."
I pull out the tube from elsewhere.
Whoa.
Wink, wink.
Oh, my. Am I right, fellas?
Ooh! And I tap it on my hand like a ruler in the hands of a disciplinary teacher.
Ooh. He scrambles. He's on the other side of the room. He starts running over to you. He has to hop over now broken chairs. He's crawling over like a couch with a gash in it. He trips at one point over a piece of wood and just like crawling on all 4s with a just frenzied look in his eye.
I cast my mage hand that shoots out in front of me and does like a stop.
Okay.
Halfway across the room to slow him down.
He is on all 4s at this point, crawling, and he's just reaching out for it. I need, give it to me. I have to see it, please.
Did the crash reveal any other sort of hidden trinkets and or treasures?
There's a lot of papers flying around in the air. There's a lot of dust. No obvious.
Are there any deeds or checks in that paper?
There's. So you see a scroll by your feet. All you can kind of see poking out of this scroll is the word official written in nice calligraphy, but it's still rolled up, so you can't see the rest of it.
Is it right by my feet?
Yes, right by your feet. It just fell out of the desk.
I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to point it in his direction. I'm going to say, I'll give you this, and I tap the tube on something, and it makes the big plastic sound. I'll give you this for this, and I go, and I like crinkle the paper a little bit.
He looks at it, and again, still frenzied, wild look in his eye, and looks at the deed of whatever it is, perhaps, and back to you, back to the tube, and he says, "Let me see it first. I have to know it's genuine. After that, yes, if it's genuine, you can have it. But
Oh my God. What if
it.
What if this actually isn't the genuine thing, and like the genuine one is like hung with like tape on like the headboard of like Balthazar's bedroom? Like he's just got it there.
Oh,
like
He hangs it above his bed so we can look at it while he fucks.
with tape. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so, you know, it's like awful.
Not even double-sided on the back. He's got it
No.
across the corners.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not just
It's
across
been
the
repositioned a
corners,
couple
but
of times,
like
so there's a little bit of
also,
rips.
yeah. It's real bad. There's also a stain that you probably don't want to know that that's
on the
it.
roof? Wow, good for him.
Lemon
Um,
juice.
So he
Oh,
wants
I
to
said
see
the
it.
headboard, but you know.
He wants to see it.
Okay. For fear that he's going to try to grab it from me before, I'm going to continue to cast my mage hand, but I'm going to cast a second hand. Can I do that? My plan is to essentially cast a second hand, have both of those hands take the tube into the air and unscrew it and then open it and have it so high that he can't reach it.
You could do it with one, with Ledgermain. Ledgermain's special. You have a beefed up mage hand.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you're. It has a name, so it can do
It
more
does.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
dexterous.
it's dexterous. So I'm gonna that hand's gonna separate into two smaller hands, but they're going to be dexterous
Okay.
enough to take the tube, raise it up in the air. One hand twists the cap like the cap falls off. That hand pulls out the rolled declaration. The body of the tube falls. We hear those both things hit. Then the two hands slowly do like the roll out with their finger like
I feel like
Open
this is
it.
like, if any moment, this is like the most like Aladdin from Disney's Aladdin. Like when he does it to a hand, this is what is
Yeah.
happening right now.
Amazing.
So they roll it out and then it's fully open. They hold it, turn it to make it vertical as it should be read, and they just hold it, angle it down towards Nicholas Mage.
His eyes are the biggest you've ever seen anyone's eyes. He's got like anime eyes right now, and he's just like, oh, and he rolls over onto his back,
Comes.
and he starts just thrashing his arms and legs on the ground. He starts laughing hysterically. Woo! He says, just laughing and elated more than anyone you've ever seen, and crawls back onto his belly and starts like army crawling towards your feet, Jared. And he starts kissing your feet. Oh my God, you actually did it. I can't believe it. The declaration is here. Rawr. And he's just a mess right now. And he says, yes, take it. Take the deed. I don't care. Take it. And he stands up, or he gets up to his knees actually, and he kind of dusts himself off a little bit and he goes, all right, I'm ready. Let me have it.
Well, first you give us what we're owed, and then we'll give it to you. We've risked our lives for this thing.
You did.
We're getting what we're owed.
I got to be honest. I wouldn't have been surprised if you died, honestly. So, he
Well, we didn't.
Like with his left hand, like motions like a Khmer as if somebody was there, obviously, but they're not. And a black, large velvet bag comes flying off one of the nearby bookshelves into his hand, and he grips the top of it with one hand and he kind of holds it for support from the bottom with the other, and he offers it up to you, Jared, since you are the one he is right on there.
I grab the bag and I drop it down to Val, and I say, Val, can you check this?
Sure thing.
Val
Okay.
puts it in the back compartment.
You don't count it. You just. Well, it's all there. I promise. It's five diamonds to your specifications.
Val kind of jumps up like just like a half an inch, and you hear like a jingle, 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 and
You hear the sound of 5 diamonds clang around.
Yeah, and then Val
Exactly
gives you
5.
Val gives you kind of a robotic thumbs up.
Okay.
Thank you for your assistance. You've been a great help.
Okay. You can have the declaration.
Yeah!
I-
Woo!
I
Got him! Big brain, baby!
the mage hands, plural, quickly grab the tube that's fallen, roll the declaration back up, put it in, seal the cap, and hand over the tube.
He clutches it to his chest with both arms like it's a long lost child, and he you can't really tell, but you maybe think you see a little bit of a glint in his eye, like he's maybe crying a little, but he holds it together, and he's breathing heavy. Finally, it's home. I can't believe it. So, it went well then. Does anybody suspect anything? Are we good? Are we in the clear? Anybody gonna come after it, or did the fake do the job?
I mean,
Val gives a big old thumbs up and says,
Sure thing.
You all kind of had different reactions there with your faces.
no, we're so good. No one's coming after us or you, or know that it's gone. Not a hair misplaced.
Laugh out
we got
loud.
in. We're doing. No, we're great. We're great. You're great. Even you're great, and you're good.
I'm
And
great
we're
now.
good. Also, yeah.
Oh
no,
my
exactly.
goodness.
Never felt
And
better.
also, so is Balthazar, and at his party, he's good and there and celebrating, unaware, and we're good. We're great. It's good. Everything's good.
He gets to his feet, clutching this declaration. He looks elated, and he says, "I can't believe it. I'm so impressed. I'm so grateful that you have done this amazing service for not just me, but for the preservation of the history of Constance. It's incredible, and now finally we can make right what went wrong so long ago from Balthazar." And he takes a big breath and then he gives the poster tube a little kiss, and he says, "You're home now, baby." And then he looks back at you
Oh my
guys,
God.
and he says, "You have exceeded my expectations. You've gone above and beyond. I just can't believe it. And you really are such great. I'll say it. The word heroes gets thrown around a lot, but honestly, you're heroes, I have to say. And I'm so grateful that I know I've already given you the diamonds, but I want to give you a little bit more. Would that be all right? I'm just so overjoyed.
Yeah, that would be so
Sure
great. You
thing.
should give us more.
I would like to. I'd like to help you out. Help to get a little bit stronger. Obviously, very strong already, but think of all the other powerful and handsome mages you could help, and what good you could do in this great land of Constance. So, I'd like to enhance you a little bit.
Ew.
Not that way. Don't be.
Oh.
Don't be gross.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, unless.
Ouch.
No.
No. And
of
I
course
didn't.
not.
I also
Of course
I
not.
didn't. I also didn't mean like ew, like it's you. I just meant it was just
Sure.
we just don't really know each other like that yet.
Well,
And
right.
I wasn't.
I mean,
yeah, I wasn't.
I
I didn't want to like.
right.
Yeah.
Laugh
no.
out
It's fine.
loud.
We're
I mean,
fine.
Unless. No. We gotta
No.
we
We can't.
business.
No.
All right. When he takes a big deep breath, and he sets the tube down at his feet, and he whispers, "I'll see you in a second, baby."
I lean over to the group and I'm like, is he gonna fuck that map?
He doesn't hear you.
It's just a hole.
You
Sure
know,
thing.
we could say that about lots of things in this life. He claps his hands together very loud and very dramatically, like a Indo Karate Kid type move, and he goes, and he closes his eyes, and he looks like he's concentrating really, really hard on something. Like he furrows his brow, and even in this short amount of time, you see him kind of start breaking out a little bit of sweat in his forehead. And after almost 30 straight seconds of this, of him not moving, just concentrating, you're all just kind of standing there looking at him in
Wait,
silence.
pause. If this is 30 seconds long, can I roll for investigation to see if I can take something again?
Yes, Val. He's about to give you magical, cool powers and abilities, and you're like, what can I steal from this man?
I
Yeah, but I
like
roll-
that it just took a couple of weeks of Val hanging out with us for them to become
With
a
Jared.
total klepto. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned it from Papa.
I learned it from watching you.
I learned it from watching you.
I got an
Yes.
18.
Jesus fucking Lord
Rob this man.
throne in heaven.
Ah, shit,
Um,
I deleted it. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, what did you already pick up? The mystery potion?
Mystery potion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know if I have my cigar anymore because I use it as part of my disguise. And
Yeah,
there was lots of running around and stuff.
in the rubble, you look back down to where you picked up the mystery potion, and in the rubble, you notice a small brown satchel.
Okay. I pick it up. Do I
It's
look,
made of
this,
leather.
This one I open up to see what's
Yeah, you got
inside.
time apparently because he's
Yeah.
over there just fucking getting in the zone.
Yeah.
In this satchel, there is a
Uh-huh.
ruby. A small ruby.
Okay.
Okay. Are you fucking... Can I do my thing now? Are you good?
I guess.
Trying to give you magic powers and level you up here.
Can I
Good?
quickly do an Arcana check on the
No.
ruby?
No.
Okay.
You don't have time. You don't have time because the concentrating and now visibly shaking Nicholas Mage opens his mouth and starts yelling in a labored fashion. Like that. Until, from his spot where he's standing, he has multiplied himself. Out of one man comes 4 men. And now standing in front of you are 4 Nicholas Mages of varying aesthetic qualities and costumes. From left to right, you are looking at a Nicholas Mage wearing kind of a dirty, holy white tank top underneath an open red Hawaiian shirt. And he has got a head of messy brown hair, sideburns almost down to his chin.
And a baby in his arms? Is that what you're going to say?
And a just nasty, nasty looking mustache. This guy looks like he would, go to jail for stealing a baby kind of thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. Now I know what he's doing. Thank you.
I know. I was just like, wait, hold
very
on.
good.
The next Nicholas Mage
Uh-huh.
is honestly pretty jacked. He's wearing a white tank top tucked into blue jeans. He's got a little bit of chest hair sticking out from the top of the tank top. He's got a nice beard. He's got a long mane going on. He's got a long, flowy lock of hair, or multiple locks, I guess. That's how hair works, down to his shoulders. And a little bit of a breeze seems to blow from out of nowhere. And he just kind of takes a minute to appreciate it, and it kind of blows his hair behind him a little bit. Like he's tasting freedom for the first time, one might say, after getting off a plane of some sort. And he looks at the camera, and he
Who else was
winks.
on the plane?
Some convicts. The third Nicholas Mage standing before you. By the way, they're all just like glowering at you, like. This Nicholas Mage is wearing all black T-shirt, black leather jacket, black leather pants, black leather belt, black hair. He smells like motorcycle gas, like he's maybe been on a motorcycle and around some fire. He's got a chain wrapped around his torso, like a thing of bullets. It looks like he's been to hell and back, man.
Does he have a motorcycle?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have one. It's not in there. But he looks like the kind of guy that would ride a motorcycle. That's a good observation. The fourth Nicholas Mage is wearing just a suit and tie, just a black suit, white shirt, kind of a green and gray striped tie, and he looks a little bit sweaty, like he's been maybe running around a little bit. And out of nowhere, he just yells, "Bees!" Oh no, wait, sorry. I'm okay.
Laugh out loud.
Just not the bees. It's okay. He's Wicker Man Nicolas Cage, but he just kind of wears a suit in that movie. I just want to make a bee joke. So there are
I didn't
4.
get it because I've never seen Wicker Man.
It's
although
an
I know it's a
absolute
remake.
disaster. You are looking at these 4 Nicholas Mages of their amazing qualities, and when they speak in unison, all 4 at the same time. Oh,
Val walks up to the first one.
Greetings. I am a variance Alpha Psionic Altonian
So
Lexotransceiver
the thing,
unit,
Val.
model number
Val.
XFCED001. But you can
What?
Val. They approach you. You don't need to go very far because they're approaching you.
All 4 at the same time?
Yeah, they're all walking in unison because it's weird. Val, how there's
Greetings. I am a variance Alpha
I only have to
Psionic
do it once then.
Altonian Lexotransceiver unit, model number XFCED001. But you can call me Val for short. It's great to meet you.
we've met, the mages say. And the 4 of them all approach you, the 4 of you. Weird how there's 4 of them and 4 of you, like someone planned that or something. And they each walk up to one of you. Raising Arizona Nicholas Mage, we'll just call them what they are. Raising Arizona Nicholas Mage walks up to Jared. Con Air Nicholas Mage walks up to Stephanie. Ghost Rider Nicholas Mage walks up to Val. And Wicker Man Nicholas Mage walks up to Ellie. And they say, in unison, "Are you ready?" Not everybody at once, please.
For what?
Hello.
I give him a kiss on the cheek. For what?
He smirks a little and goes, "To get stronger." And simultaneously, all 4 of them reach up with both hands and not violently, but like touch you all on the side of your foreheads.
Stab us? Oh.
They touch you on the side of your foreheads with their hands.
Val
And-
collapses.
No, you don't. So instantly, the room you are in slides away, so to speak. It's like if you were standing
Kingdom Hearts. It's Kingdom Hearts.
if you were standing in like a slide of a projector and someone switched the slide, but you were still there, it just like shoom and goes away.
Kingdom
And you
Hearts. It's Kingdom Hearts.
now find yourself in a completely blank white space.
Like the Matrix?
with your respective Nicholas.
Is there a leather chair and a TV from the 50s?
And
please, oh baby,
when you look
don't
around,
Go.
each of you,
when
you look around,
you're making me
just wait it out.
feel tonight.
It's best it's just to wait
It's
it out.
hard.
this is
to
longer than
let
fair
it
use at this
go.
point. You look around in this empty white space and notice that you are alone. You don't see your three friends. Jared, you are alone with your Nicholas Mage. Val, you
Is it
are
Kingdom
alone with your
Hearts?
Nicholas Mage.
Is
Stephanie,
it like that
you are
SpongeBob
alone.
episode where they get trapped in the like alone?
If that's what happens, then yes, I haven't seen that
Oh,
one.
okay.
But it is just you and your respective Nicholas now in this blank white space. Hello, questies. This is Danny, your Dungeon Master, here in the middle of episode 34, saying hello. Thank you for sticking with us through our off week last time. We just needed a little bit of a break and a little bit of a opportunity to get ready and recharge and prepare for what's next. So, yeah, you'll see all that when it comes. But now let's get down to a little bit of business. Podcasts, am I right? What's the deal with those? They're great, actually. We're part of a podcast network called the Nostalgia Network, which makes a couple of podcasts, such as the one you are listening to right now, Quest Friends Forever, in addition to the Nostalgia Podcast, in which Eric and Jess from our show talk about movies and remakes from a queer and feminist perspective. Eric and Jess also do the Momos and the Appas with Dr. Amber Jones, which is a look at the folklore of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And Eric, along with his band Lousy Advice, that's our friends Jake and Shelby, do a show called the Lousy Advice Podcast, where they make all kinds of musical rankings and lists and fun little debates about songs and all sorts of fun stuff. Those are all available at thenostalgianetwork.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Give them a listen. You might as well review them too, because you know I'm going to talk about reviews and ratings like I always do. You should review and rate those podcasts as well as our podcast. Those reviews and ratings go a very, very long way to helping us out and broadening our audience, which is why we do this in the first place. So if you have the time, energy, effort, strength, spirit, motivation, desire, championship drive to do all that stuff, we ask that you would do that, please. It would be very nice, and we would love you for it. And if you want to keep track of our various shenanigans, like new episode postings and pictures of us when we hang out and fan arts and all kinds of fun stuff, you should follow us on Instagram, where we are at Quest Friends Forever. That is where we do our social media business. Give us a follow, why don't you? Click a few things, give a few things some likes while you're there. You can see some of the art done by our very own David Tercero, who does all the episode artwork. Speaking of that, not on Instagram, but the music for our show, the opening and closing theme of the show are done by our very own Eric Lefebvre. Big thanks to both of them for their artistic contributions, as well as their comedy stylings, and Jess as well, of course. I'm rambling now. Let's get back to the episode to see what Nicholas Mage has in store for our heroes, and we will see you 2 weeks from now. Bye-bye. Jared,
Yeah.
you are first. You are standing in the white space with Raising Arizona Nicholas Mage.
The
And
hottest, arguably, of the Nicholas Mages.
I did that on purpose.
Thank you.
He removes his hands from your head and takes a step back and kind of just looking at you. He says, Jared.
Yes.
Jared.
Jared, last name.
Jared, no last name. I'm sensing your thoughts and your motivations, your desires, what you want with this group you're traveling with your new friends. And
Okay.
I'm feeling like I'm getting the feeling you're a little bit, shall we say, self-conscious.
Hot? Oh, yeah.
I feel like you have possibly, made multiple remarks about how you're maybe not as strong as your friends, about how sometimes you feel like Stephanie carries the group, and you maybe sometimes worry about your place in the group. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Well, Jared, I don't like to see, you know what, we'll say it, my friends.
I want to see you be brave. Okay.
I want to see you be brave, Jared.
Thank you.
I want to see you feel good about the help you can provide this group. So why don't we give you a little bit bit of firepower. What do you say? Get you a little bit jacked up, you know?
Yeah. Fucking give me weapons.
Well, I'm gonna give you the weapons that are inside you. You know?
Yeah, give me inside weapons.
He wants to be inside you.
Yeah, get inside me.
So he snaps his finger, and this kind of like black crackly electricity kind of appears in his hand, just kind of like in a ball. And he says, "I'm gonna give you a new attack spell, something you can use to strike down your foes from afar." And he holds out his hand like he's offering it to you, like he wants you to grab this kind of ball of energy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
throw both of my hands onto the ball.
So you feel this kind of jolt of energy through your hands and your arms and your body. And
I start saying, "It's working. It's working."
Do you feel it? Yeah, man, feel it. And the eventually it subsides.
Pod racing.
This is podcasting. And he says, "You now have the ability to cast Witch Bolt. Use it to strike down your foes."
My eyes are closed when I'm doing this. I'm like, did you say my eyes shoot open? They're glowing black. Witch bolt.
Dun dun dun. The very same, he says. He sees you kind of accept it, and he goes, "Good, good, good. Let's see what else we can do." And he kind of holds up his hand, and it's like he's kind of reading you with his hand, and he says, You're a very charismatic person, would you say? A bit of a talker. You like to kind of influence people. Is that fair?"
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So it strikes me as odd, as you would carry around a magic spell to help you charm people, because it feels like you could do that without the magic, baby. The magic's in you on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So why don't we get rid of that? You don't need that anymore. And he snaps his fingers, and you just feel like you have forgotten something. You no longer know how to cast Charm Person. And he says, "Why don't we replace that with something a little bit more ass kicking?" And he snaps his finger again, and you feel a rush of knowledge into your brain. And in the spot in your brain where Charm Person once lay, now the spell Crown of Madness is in there, and you know how to cast Crown of Madness, which is like Charm Person, but with damage, kind of.
I raise both of my fingers to my temples, and I say, "My brain is so big."
Nicholas, he's not done yet, though. He's on a roll. He's feeling good. He's feeling generous. And he says, "And I feel like in your younger days, Jared, in your previous adventures, you tried to be kind of a sneaky little snake. Would that be fair to say? Slink around the shadows, sneak up on folks, roguish, one might say."
You could say that.
Yeah,
You can say that.
but almost like it's your class or something. And maybe you feel like maybe it's gotten away from you a little bit. Like you're a little bit less sneaky these days. You haven't really stuck around, you know. So why don't we make it a little bit easier to get back to your roots? You know what I'm saying? Let me show you what I'm talking about. And he just disappears. He just vanishes from right in front of you. And as you're kind of looking around, like, wait, what? Huh? You feel a tap on your shoulder from behind you.
I scream.
You scream, and I'm going to make you spin around also. And there's nobody there. There's nobody standing there. But then out of nowhere, he reappears back into existence, and he says,
I scream again.
It sounds like the CSI scream a little bit.
Yeah.
And he takes his hand, and he opens his palm as if something within his palm, but there's nothing there. And he kind of blows it at you. And you feel like invisible kind of like specks of dust hit you in the face. And he goes, "Congratulations, Jared. You can now go invisible."
Ooh. I hold up my fingers and I snap them. What happens?
You go invisible. You have
And I
gained,
snap them again.
and you're
What
back,
happens?
baby.
I do it again.
You're going to run out of spell slots, but yeah, you
And
can
then-
do it a couple more
and then-
times, I guess. You know what? He's
He's in
you're
the
white
white
space.
void. He can do
You're
it
in
as
the-
many times as he wants to.
You're in the Matrix space. Yeah, you
And
just,
then this is okay. So then this is where I do a dance sequence. Music starts coming out of nowhere. You can hear my little tap shoes, like, and then I'm like,
are you invisible while you're doing it?
no, I'm coming.
Oh, you're coming in and out. Oh, well, you're
and
okay. Yeah.
He's
I'm like
gonna break it.
strobing.
It looks great. Yeah, you're gonna give someone an aneurysm doing it too much. Nicholas he's just kind of watching along. This Raising Arizona Nicholas. He's like, yeah, I'm into it. And how about one more? Let's give you one more. You know,
fuck me up.
some people say you got to have a lot of skill to get by in this world, but sometimes I feel
Some
like
people say I look like me dad.
sure. There's-
Oh, you guys know Bewitched? Do you not know Bewitched?
the band or the show?
The band.
Oh no. I know. Yeah, I mean, I know of the band. I don't know what you are referencing.
Because that one song that they do, I'm the wolf today. Hey, 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 I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll huff, I'll puff. Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't.
Okay, yeah.
So it starts because the music starts happening, and they're Irish, so they're like doing a little bit of banter before, and one of the girls is just like, "Oh, some say I look like me dad," at the opening.
What a pull! What a reference that we can all.
I thought that was gonna go over so well, and it was just.
Well, Nicholas says,
"Some say I look like me dad."
Maybe not a good joke, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And so, Jared, why don't we make you just a little bit more lucky? And he winks. And he snaps his fingers again. And Jared, as you are finishing leveling up to level 8 now, you have gained the feat called Lucky, which means you can re-roll a certain amount of d20s if you would like to, just to try to get a better result. I believe it's 3 per day. What was it?
3 per long rest.
3 per long rest. Okay. Yeah, you are now lucky, Jared. Nicholas, he raises his hand to snap his fingers to take you back to the real world, and he goes, "Oh wait, I have one more offer for you if you would like it. I don't want to, force it on you or anything, but if you want it,
oh baby, I want it.
I've been working on my. Well, hang on." He says,
"Okay, reel it in.
Right. I've been working on my divination skills, and it's not my strong suit as a mage, but I'm getting better, and so I wanted to offer you, if you would like, as one last parting gift, a snapshot of your possible future, if you're interested. Some people don't like.
Fuck yeah!
Some people don't like knowing their futures, man. So
yeah, I want to see.
All right, just fair warning. I don't know what's. I
want to see how I die.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I'm just gonna do it, and we're gonna see what happens. You never know what's gonna come out of the bottle until you rub the genie. You know what I'm saying?
No, can you explain that for me?
He says no and grabs the side of your head again. So, Jared, you kind of in your head, this kind of swirly, it's kind of nothingness. It's kind of just smoke and blurry, and nothing's really happening until it kind of starts forming into this image. It's not like a crystal clear 4K HD image, which would be weird in a fantasy world anyway, but almost kind of like an impressionist painting sort of vibe, where it's kind of there, but it's not quite. The image you receive, Jared, you see yourself, Jared, in some kind of looks like a woods or a forest or something. You are standing up, and you are looking down, and what you are looking down at is a body on the ground. And as you are kind of looking at this image, this is kind of weird, it gets a little bit clearer until you can make out the identity of the body on the ground. And Jared, the person on the ground that you are standing over is you. You are looking down at a dead body of yourself.
Why have you done this? Is a good question for me to ask you in this moment.
Foreshadowing.
Okay, well, yeah, foreshadowing killing me. Thanks, King.
Well, you were looking at your own body. You were looking down at it. It's what's going on there? Isn't that so weird? Oh my God.
Was he
no? But in my head,
did he get a vision of himself looking at his body?
It was me. I'm seeing two people. Both of them are me. One of them is dead. One of them is alive.
That is correct.
Oh, I thought you were just saying the vision was my dead body, and I'm looking at it. And
that's what I thought too.
Come on. You yourself are looking down at a body that is you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Kill my clone. I don't care about my clone.
When he looked at that?
Huh?
Was he himself looking at himself looking at himself?
Or did you transmutate my body?
The very he himself was, indeed, yes.
Okay. Kill every one of my clones. I don't give a shit about them. As long as you don't kill me, I'm fine.
Smash cut to somewhere else in the white space. We are looking at Stephanie and Conair Nicholas face to face. And this Nicholas takes his hand off your head and takes a step back and kind of looks at you. And that breeze, that wind blowing his hair around, it's just there. It's constant. You can't feel where it's coming from, but it's just always there. It's just like a GIF on repeat somehow. And he looks at you and he goes, Stephanie.
Uh-huh.
You got a lot going on in there, don't you? And he kind of taps his head. You got a lot going on up in there, don't you? A lot of worries.
Uh-huh.
Kind of anxious, kind of nervous about stuff sometimes,
I mean, I think you would be too if you were the protector.
Oh.
Like a
I'm
whole, there's your alter best friend in a different universe is maybe destroying the world. It's a lot.
He says, I'm not being a hater. I'm just saying. I mean,
okay, good. I'm glad that we cleared this up because
Sure.
you were starting to sound like a bit judgy.
Oh,
and
no,
I really
no.
don't need that from you.
well, I'm not sure what that last part meant, but even so, we're in the white space. We're all friends here. Seems like I can sense you're on a bit of a journey. It feels like you're trying to maybe get a little bit more charismatic, one might say. Seems like you used to be really kind of in your shell. It seems like you let other people do the talking for you a lot of the time, but you're starting to come out of it a little bit, I feel like. And I'd like to help you on that journey.
People expect me to talk and say things and to be good at literally everything. So that is absolutely one area where I'm probably needing of help.
There it is.
Yeah.
Trademark
see what I mean?
charisma right there. He says, all right, well, listen, just being more charismatic for that, the magic's in you all along. I can't really help you with that. But I can give you a little bit of a leg up, as they say in the industry. I don't know what industry, but it's an industry. I'm sure they say that. So you've come a long way since you were hiding in the shadows and letting your friend Ellie kind of take credit for the things you would do, back before the podcast started. But wouldn't it just be a little bit easier if you kind of knew more about your audience before speaking to them? What if you could, look inside the minds of the people you were trying to speak to? And wouldn't that be kind of nice sometimes?
You know what? That would be pretty great. Not
Well,
gonna lie.
Boy, do I have an offer for you. And he snaps his fingers, and nothing really happens. You don't really feel anything. But he goes, try to read what I am thinking right now, Stephanie.
Okay. Okay, I could do that. I know how to do this. I mean, you're not wearing the other, but it's fine. Here, I'm gonna. And I close my eyes, and I mentally reach out to where he's at. What happens?
So, using your new spell called Detect Thoughts that Nicholas Mage has now given you, you initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. So, with Con Air Nicholas Mage, you get the sense that he really wants to get back to his daughter, and, he's just wrongfully accused, and all this stuff from Con Air. Con Air references, he's like, boy, John Malkovich is a scary man, all these things. But you have detected his thoughts. You can now read the surface level thoughts of creatures, and you can also go deeper with it if you want to. That's kind of the next level of the spell. But he has given you Detect Thoughts.
So that's a spell that I can use now,
That is
right?
a
it's not just
spell that you are now equipped with.
What level spell is that again?
It is a second level spell. It is not usually for druids, but you have acquired it through your new feat that you chose, because you chose the feat of telepathic, which is a lot of fun. So Nicholas kind of smiles. He senses that you're doing this, and he goes, "Weird, right? Kind of crazy, kind of out there, kind of wild."
I go deeper into his thoughts.
Oh shit! Okay, what is deeper in Detect Thoughts? Into his reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind. So you go a little deeper, and he's like, "Fuck yes, I have the declaration. Fuck yes, my motivation is that I'm just gonna be so fucking excited. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be wild." All that
I'm
stuff.
gonna go deeper and try to figure out what he's gonna do with the declaration.
God, no one can go that deep. So you have earned that through your new feat called telepathic. So he says,
Okay.
I know your best friend Ellie and you kind of have this telepathic link and kind of helps you communicate with her, but I want you to branch out a little bit. I want you to be able to have that kind of, obviously nothing as special as you and Ellie because, friendship and all, but why limit it to just her? Why not all of your friends? So you now have the ability to be telepathic. It's a feat, you might say, that you've accomplished, so to speak. Yeah, so as part of your leveling up, Stephanie, you have taken the telepathic feat, and you now know Detect Thoughts to be a little bit more talky, perhaps, or social, even if it's just in people's minds. So,
and I did put my points into charisma, so now I have a -1 instead of a -2. So
that's why he said the
I've been
magic
on
was
this
in
whole
you.
this whole social journey that I feel like I'm really crushing.
The magic was in you all along, he says. So he starts to kind of turns to leave, even though there's nowhere to go, which is this fucking blank white space. And he turns back around dramatically, and the hair blows again in the wind. And he goes, "Oh wait, I've been working on my divination. And he gives that whole speech again. And he goes, would you like a glimpse of your potential future? Some people don't, but I just want to offer,
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well then, let's see what we can... And he shakes his arms a whole bunch, shakes his hands down, and goes, let's see what we can cook up. And he puts his hands back on your head. And again, it's kind of... The first thing you see, it's not really a crystal clear image, kind of shapes and fuzzy things kind of floating around out there until it starts to get a little more clear. And similar to Jared, not that you would know this, but you are also in a forest. You can tell there's trees and bushes and leaves. You know what forests are, you especially. You are sitting on the ground up against a tree with your knees hugged up to your chest. Your face is red as if you have been crying. And the image kind of takes a little bit more shape, and the kind of the surrounding areas filling around you, the background, the foreground, the sides. And the interesting thing about that is that there is nothing interesting there. There are no other people. There is no little robot. There is no other elf. There is no human rogue. You are completely by yourself and alone. And as you're kind of looking at this image, waiting for something maybe to happen, something more joyous or happy, the image is gone, and Nicholas pulls his hands away. And he looks at you and like, oh, man, that's kind of that one didn't feel too good.
That's like, I mean, maybe you got the wrong channel. Like, maybe like you're like, it's, I think that maybe there's, maybe the wind over here is like,
it is awfully windy right around my head, I guess.
That's not like a thing, right? I mean, that's maybe just like one channel of many, right?
Oh, just to be clear, it is a possible future.
Yeah. It's the wrong channel. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe you should think about
turning it back on him.
About leveling that up.
yeah. He's not a divination wizard, so he's working on it. But that's all he's got for you.
Keep working.
And we smash cut, and now we're looking at Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage in his all black, looking at a small robot.
Oh my god!
At this moment, Val breaks the fourth wall, looks at the camera, and says,
Hello.
Nobody responds because that'd be weird. And Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage takes his hand off the glass dome because you don't have a forehead. Takes a step back and kind of looks you over, and he goes, "Val, oh Val,
Hello.
Little Val, oh man,
Hello.
You've been on quite a little adventure, haven't you, my friend?
Hello.
Seen a lot. Yes, hello. You've seen a lot on your travels. You've come a long way from the discotheque, I believe it was called.
Sure thing.
Now, Val, from you, I'm getting a rating here, and it feels like...
Hello.
Yes, thank you. Number one, you want to say hello quite badly. I don't even need to read your thoughts for that one. But Val, it seems
Laugh
like...
out loud.
Yes, deep in your heart, well, not heart, your core, your processor, all you want to do is to be like your friends. You look up to them so much. Going quite literally because you're quite short, but also you see what Stephanie can do. You see what Ellie can do. You see what Jared can do, and you just want to be like them. Like when you stole my mystery potion from my desk because you've been hanging around Jared, You can't stick that by me,
No, thank you.
I can do level 8 spells, and there's 4 of me right now, so I'm kind of all-knowing, man. But you know what? No hard feelings. I got the declaration.
Val's
Nothing
back
matters.
compartment opens up, and Val reaches for the potion and then Val gestures to hand.
No. But this isn't even reality we're in, so don't
Thank you for your
I wouldn't
assistance.
even be able to. Okay.
You've been a great
Val
help.
gets a little pushy, wanting to give the potion back to.
I wouldn't even be able to take it. I mean, we're metaphysical right now. It's not even really how we're. You know what? All right, fine. And he takes it and he puts it in his
Sure
pocket.
thing.
And he says, "It's not going to be here when we come out of this. It's still going to be in your compartment. So just so you know."
Sure thing.
Anyway, Val, listen.
Thank you for your
Okay.
assistance. You've been
Jesus,
a great
he
help.
says. So all you want to do is be more like your friends, and I want to give you what you want, Val. So why don't we see how we can make you a little bit more like Ellie, Stephanie, and Jared?
Sure thing.
Let's see. Oh, your friend Jared. He's a sneaky little snake, isn't he? In the shadows, moving
Laugh
around.
out loud.
First he's here, then he's there. No one quite knows where he is all the time, right? It's a bit roguish. I already made that joke, but we'll do it again because you weren't there for it technically. So hard to detect, kind of all over the place, right?
Sure thing.
Thank you. I also need validation. So why don't we give you a new spell to make it a little bit more harder to track? And he snaps his fingers. And Val, you feel your core processor chug a little bit as you are taking on new information all of a sudden, magically. But as it comes back and your CPU usage goes down and the fans blow a little bit quieter. Do you have fans? Would that be your butt?
Fantasy fans? No. That would be like my lungs.
Okay. So the fan coolers slow down a little bit. And you now...
What color are the RGB lights around the fans?
R, G, and B. You now know the spell Dimension Door. It is something you have taken as one of your new spells as part of your level up.
Okay.
So you can kind of teleport around now. You're a hard-to-track little robot now that can jump around in space. Not space, but, physical space.
Should I try it?
Yeah, try it out.
Val points in, I don't know, to the left, because there is no marking.
Yeah, there's no
of
up
any
down
kind
here.
or the white void.
Now you see me. Poof. Now you don't.
And then Val disappears and reappears in the exact same spot for some reason.
You teleported to the same spot?
Yeah.
You're like 2 inches to the left, maybe. And Nicholas says, "Oh yeah, I also gave you a little bit of voice line for that one. If that's I kind of poked around in there a little bit. If I hope that's okay."
Nope, that's not it.
What?
Should I do it?
What the fuck did you say to me?
Let me do that again. Let's try.
Haha.
Nope, that's not it.
Oh.
What if I do?
Tee hee hee.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You know what? I'm going to take that one away. You're not going to do that one anymore. All right. So that can be like Jared. How do we make you more like Ellie? Well, I mean,
Sure thing.
Ellie's pretty strong, I guess. Why don't we give you a little sturdier, right? Ellie can take a hit, right? So a little sturdy. And Val, from what I understand, you take a lot of hits, and not even the fun kind. And he tinks.
Laugh out loud.
You get hurt a lot, is what I'm reading from you. There was something with lasers. There was something with a bridge and some gargoyles, and you just take your share of bumps and scrapes. So
Tink,
why don't we
tink,
make you...
tink.
Jesus, that's terrifying to hear it actually be said. It sounds like you're angry about it.
Tink, tink, tink.
So it's like you're mad. Tink. That's also not going to be a voice line. So you have acquired the feat Brawny.
Okay.
And why don't you tell me what that does? Because you already wrote it down.
Because I already wrote it down.
It
Yeah.
picks up your toughest spills.
Hey!
So my strength score is increased by 1.
Mm-hmm.
I get proficiency in athletics.
Ooh, so those fucking cartwheels, maybe
So I
you
can
can
do
finally nail a
fucking
little
backflips
bit.
and shit now.
Yeah.
And I count as if I were one size larger for the purpose of determining my carrying capacity.
So you got more dense,
I
kind
got
of.
heavier.
Yeah. Even though you didn't grow, you just got a little bit more, we got thicker
I upgraded my my cooling
processor. Just say processor when you don't know.
No, I upgraded. Hold on. I switched
goes.
out my motherboard bus lines
Mm-hmm.
with my waveguides are now made of gold.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Okay.
And he goes, all right, so finally, Stephanie, how do we make you more like your friend Stephanie? Well, what can Stephanie do that sets her apart? What's her specialty, Well, I mean, I'm sure when you think everything she does is great, when it's all great, nothing really is a specialty, but I know she turned into a spider to save your life on a bridge. I know she's turned into a T-Rex to fight off a god. I know she turned into a badger for distracting purposes. So, Val, the gift I'm going to give to you to make you more like your friend Stephanie, you can also now a polymorph, baby. And he snaps his fingers. And Val, you have gained the spell polymorph. And he says, try it out for me. What do you got? Give me your best shot.
It's morphing time.
God damn it, what do you turn into?
A tank.
That's not how it works.
Uh-huh.
A tank?
Yeah, I'm a robot. I'm not going to turn into a dog.
No, yes, you are.
I have to
you can
turn
be
into a
animals and
robotic
beasts and
sled-
creatures.
Okay,
You're gonna be a robo-dog.
A fighter jet.
No, it's not. You're not fucking Soundwave.
And there's cool music that
fucking
happens.
Optimus Prime. No, you're not a Transformer.
Okay, I turn into a squirrel,
Okay.
but the squirrel is made of metal.
Yes, all the animals you're going to turn into, Val,
Uh-huh.
David, are going to be the mecha versions of those animals.
Okay.
Unless you specify otherwise. So yes,
Okay.
you turn into basically mecha squirrel.
Squirrel has a rocket launcher on its back.
You know what? In the white space, it does. Not in
Yeah,
the real
thank
world,
you.
it wouldn't. But in the white space, sure, you can do whatever you want here.
Sure thing.
And he waves his hand like, "All right, come on back. Come on back to me now."
It's morphing time.
You wouldn't be able to talk as the squirrel. Is that you rebuilding yourself? Jesus
I'm gonna do
Christ.
that.
Okay.
Oh fuck! I
Nope,
gotta find the
nope.
Transformers noise.
Nope, absolutely not. So you are back to being Val.
I'm gonna find.
And he
that.
goes, you are now armed with the skills you need to be an even better hero. But before I let you go, Val, I have to make you the same offer I made the others. Would you like a glimpse of your possible future?
Oh dear. No, thank you.
And Val just turns around and walk away.
He, he raises his eyebrows and he kind of, you know what? He respects it. He respects it and goes, wow. All right. I respect
So
it.
long.
As you just get further away in this empty
you're,
white
you're
space.
kind of talking still at the same tone of voice, and I get it doesn't matter because we're in the white void. But I'm now a good solid 40 feet away from you. I'm just walking away.
Where are you going?
So long.
All right. He,
Wait,
3V plus Ellie.
Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud.
Val comes running back.
Laugh out
I
loud.
played a joke.
Oh, okay.
Sure thing.
Yes, you do want it?
Do the thing.
Oh,
Do
all
the
right.
thing.
All right, fine. All right, let's see what we can cook up here. And he puts his 2 hands on your glass dome and gets a little bit of fingerprint smudge on him. He was eating Cheetos earlier.
Rude.
Again, the same kind of formless shapes and colors kind of appear in your visual processing unit. And
Do you think I can get 5G?
you can get 5F for fantasy because that's what we're in. 5E is the edition of D&D. That's a better joke. Hey, editor of this podcast, Danny, that's a better joke. Replace that one with that one. 5E is a better joke. Okay, cool, sweet. So it is nighttime. You can tell. You're not in a forest, in kind of like an open field or like a desert. It's hard to make out. Way off in the distance, there's some kind of like jaggedy looking structure. It's far too far away to tell. In the foreground, though, the important thing here, Val, is you see yourself. You are there. You are in some kind of fight. You're in a battle. You are like have your arms raised, like you're about to cast a spell, or like you're defending yourself or something. And the forms and the shapes of this image swirl a little bit and kind of form the shape of your attacker. It's very dark. It's hard to kind of get a good look at what they are kind of wearing or whatever. But they have this kind of big staff in their hand, and they are bringing it down on top of you onto the glass dome as if they're striking you on the dome. And as the image kind of looks like it's settled, the face of this person kind of wavy. Who is it? And the face takes shape, and it is the face of Stephanie.
Ooh.
And just then the image crackles out of existence, and you're looking back at Nicholas Mage in the white space.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And
Oh my
Nicholas
goodness.
says, "Damn, these are not great. I didn't pull very good ones here. Oh boy. Oh, maybe I need to hit the divination books a little bit more. Oh, I mean maybe you're going to another dimension. Maybe
No
it's fucking
shit.
with it. No. Val,
No shit.
Val, go to your room. No cursing.
Honestly,
What did
No
I just
shit.
hear you say?
I like that Jared and Stephanie curse all of the time, but the
Yeah.
second that Val puts
Val?
it in,
I'm stealing now.
That's a no word, Val.
No shit.
That's not going to be a voice line. These are only in the white space. Can you say these things? Can you get back to the real world?
let Val be Val.
Hashtag let Val curse. Get it trending.
Before we go anywhere, Val gets Nicholas Mage's attention before he's like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, okay. He's about to snap his fingers, but he stops. Yeah.
And then Val unplugs a USB drive and then holds it out to him.
Okay.
Do the
yes.
thing.
I don't have an input on my body.
Do the thing.
I don't really know where this goes.
I wanted to see the raccoons feature.
oh my
I wish
Sorry.
Val pushes
I'm
a little
so sorry.
gets a little further in front of.
Please comply with my instruction.
I wish-
Please comply with my Do the thing.
my face made a sound right now.
I mean, technically it is. There it is.
Okay.
Come on.
Stop
Come
it.
on.
I don't like Val
Come
saying
on.
whatever they want. It's making
Come
me
on.
uncomfortable. We gotta get out
Do
of this
the
fucking white
thing.
space. Okay, so he touches the USB port. Roll a d6, right?
Well, no, this is not to see what the raccoon does. I want to see the raccoon's future.
Oh, okay.
You have to do
Um,
your thing with the do the thing.
Okay, now Danny, it's very important. So if you
very
neglect
important.
the Gamatashi,
Mhm.
it can get
TM.
sick. It can die.
Can die.
And in the later versions too, it can also marry, it can go shopping. So maybe it's going to get like an upgrade to one of those. Maybe. I don't know. You're the DM, so this is up to you. But like, are you also going to have the little raccoon like be dead and like just like wonder
are you also
where
going to
Val
kill a
is?
small raccoon, you monster?
Everyone's getting pretty grim visions. So I guess somehow Val also sees it. The raccoon is just surrounded by poop.
Ew.
Like more so than can normally appear on the Gamatashi screen. It's
new.
wild.
Nope, not new.
Nope.
No.
See, Val's bad at talking in this white space. We got to get out of this fucking white space so Val can't do that anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh no.
I don't
Oh,
like
no.
sad Val. That's no.
Oh, no.
We're getting out of the white
Oh,
space. Stop
no.
it.
Keeping that one. Keeping it.
Nicholas Mage, all of you see Nicholas Mage, your respective mages, raise their hands, snap their fingers, and we are back in the study, the torn up study with the horses in the cart and the mess. The four Nikolai merge back into one another, and the world like shimmers, like in Matrix when Neo, becomes the one, like the world shimmers around him, just like that. And you're looking now at the original Nicholas, the OG Nicholas Mage, and you have all leveled up to level 8. Level 8, right?
Sure thing.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You are leveled up to level 8. You are now buff and ready for some shit. And so Nicholas clasps his hand together and goes, I think it's time for me to go. I mean, I'm in my place, so I guess it's time for you to go. But it's time for me to exit your lives, I guess. So I do want to say before I send you away that the images I showed you from the future, remember, nothing's set in stone. The future's unwritten, man, just you control your own fate. So I say, based on what we saw, get out there and control the hell out of yours. Was that, he kind of looks around like, was that inspiring? I've been kind of working on that. Was that good?
Laugh
think
out
about-
loud.
I'm thinking about trying out for community theater. Was that believable?
It's
I
a great
think
first
you-
step.
First,
Oh,
I
no.
think you need to focus
Uh-huh.
and you need to
I've
work
leveled up
on
now.
your
It's one of my
divination skills
Uh-huh.
because
Sure.
maybe
a little less bad
I-
news next time.
I mean, I think you just need to work on your presentation, work on
So it's in my
just
delivery. Okay.
work on also seeing better things. You need to will things into existence, and right now I get the at least with me it felt like you were wishing bad things upon me, and I don't appreciate that.
Oh, I was just reading what was there, man. I don't wish bad. Y'all gave me the declaration. I don't wish anything bad on you at all.
You need therapy.
Stop it. That's not in canon.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
Since you came out of the white space, you can't do that anymore. All right. He
Oh,
picks
no.
up the poster
Yeah,
tube
I'm
again.
keeping that one.
Stop it. He picks up the poster tube again and he hugs it to his chest and he goes, as one final parting gift, I can teleport you and your horses wherever you need to go, so you don't have to go through my desert again. Where would you like to be sent to get on your merry way and on to your next adventure?
Absalom.
Jared, we're gonna.
No, I was going to make a joke
Oh.
that wasn't ready. So,
So Nicholas says, yeah, you also need to work on your presentation, I guess. Haha.
oh, you shut your fucking mouth.
He says, got him.
You don't know anything about me, sir.
And
Laugh
while
out
they're
loud.
arguing, I turn over to Ellie and I'm like, Ellie, did you also have a weird vision that he gave you that seemed really bad?
Oh, I said no. I
Oh, good.
didn't want to see it. Seems kind of weird to know your future. Didn't know if it'd be helpful or not.
Can you just promise me something? Unless you absolutely have to or something. Can you not leave me alone and crying alone in the forest by myself with everybody gone? And especially you? I mean,
She her face she makes a confused face, oh, is that what you saw?
yeah.
Oh,
I don't really, you know me. I don't really cry. I'm not real hard or anything, but I was in a forest literally by myself, hard crying, having a good cry by myself. And
Oh, no.
it was ugly, when the snot is coming down your nose and you
Gross.
can't yeah, it was gross and it was lonely and it was sad. And he said that that was one of many futures, and I'm gonna try not to dwell on it because I don't want to manifest that or whatever.
Oh,
but
yeah, that whole speech you gave about the future. Yeah, unwritten. Kind of cliche. I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah, I mean,
Little on the
yeah,
nose.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think I'm just going to chalk this up to he doesn't know what he's doing and he's bad
Yeah, I don't
and
really
crazy.
I don't really like the bee movie. I mean, not bee movie, but the movie with the bees. So He's definitely got some stuff to work on. With the diamonds in tow, with a mystery potion and a deed, some kind of deed, and new skills and new spells and visions of your future and strength and knowledge and power and success all weighing heavily on you, Nicholas turns and goes, all right, it's been nice knowing you. Catch you on the flip side, babies. And you are being sent back to Absalom as he snaps his fingers.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Nostalgia Network.
Visit thenostalgianetwork.com for more.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric.
I'm Shelby.
I'm Jake.
And we are the band Lousy Advice from the Lousy Advice Podcast.
Come listen as we draft artist and genre-centric best of lists.
With the help of our closest friends.
These lists are canon.
And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
From Misfits to Cher.
Green Day to Gaga.
Or Pup to Paramore.
Listen to the Lousy Advice Podcast now, or else.
Stream us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Nostalgia Network, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget that we are the band Lousy Advice, and this is our podcast, the Lousy Advice Podcast.
The Lousy Advice Podcast?
The Lousy Advice Podcast.